Buongiorno amici, ciao tutti, sono BC, and welcome back to Plutonium. Welcome to my world. That's right, zombie. Say welcome. Where you at? There you are. Yeah, you're cold. Brrr, cold. Brrr. So I'm out here in the igloo near the ice spikes biome, as you can see off in the far distance. What a wonderful time to be out here. Crisp, clean evening, nice snowfall, beautiful, beautiful area. I haven't been out in this igloo for a long, long time, and it's kind of great to be out here. And this thing is so far away from spawn. It's about 7,000 blocks in both, north and west. So we are a long, long ways away. But the biggest reason I'm out here is because I was showing Carl this area. And in doing so, we ended up working on a little bit of a project together. So Carl's been on the server. Him and I have been playing all week. Like I said, I was out of town. And as you see in the video title, Man, Get a Life, you're going to see just why. Because I'll tell you what, I did not have anything but free time when I wasn't working. I don't go out. I don't do a lot of touristy stuff. When I'm out of town, I just do my work, and then I sit in the hotel and take advantage of the time that I have to myself. And boy, oh boy, did I ever, and I'll show you that. So, anyway, in part of the showing him around, you know what? Let's go ahead and sleep. Well, that's not nice. So, in part of showing him around, I brought him out here to kind of show him the area. Hey, guy, I need to take a nap. Could you shut up? Please. Okay, now I can, well. So, I brought him out here, showed him this area. Oh, it stopped snowing. And just kind of showed him what's going on out here. And I'll tell you what, him and I have been doing a lot of exploring, kind of showing him around, and we have died an awful lot, mostly to ghasts. But, you know, going through the nether, especially in a world that's not your own, can be very, very confusing. You know, as you own your own world, as you travel through the nether, you kind of just learn your way, or maybe you learn certain landmarks or torches that you need to follow. But, you know, for someone that, you know, didn't blaze that trail to begin with, it can be very, very hard to figure out. And so the one thing that Carl and I did was work together to lay this track. And man, we worked, and you'll see there's black glass all over the top of it. And that's to keep mobs from spawning on the tracks, because I could have swore they fixed it to where mobs didn't spawn on tracks, but I'm telling you, they sure as heck do. And see, this guy is going to spawn right here, and I'm going to try and shove him off, but he's not going to go. You're not going to go, are you? Could you just, please? Oh, now they're all going to be mad. Oh, well. But they'll spawn right here in this one little gap, and see, I can't put a piece of glass in the way because that just causes the cart to stop, so I don't know. But anyway, I chose black because the nether is nice and dark, and the black lines don't show up as you're cruising along. And the good thing, too, is with, you know, eventually there will be a tunnel built here, but with your head in the glass, ghasts cannot see you. You are completely invisible riding on this cart. And I've ridden right past them while they're just sitting right by the track. They had no idea I was even cruising right past them. Nope, ouch. Don't touch me. Okay, let's go ahead and drink that, just in case. So, yeah, blew out this area with TNT. And like I said, I've been showing him all over the place, and we've had a really good time. Blazing this track was quite the ordeal. We died so many times. A couple times we had to start all from scratch with brand new gear, enchanting, just hours of, you know, re-enchanting and trying to start all over again, because we died in lava more times than we'd care to admit, to be honest. But it was definitely a good time. And it's been like a whole bunch of little projects like this. One that's kind of just fed another during this last week of him and I being together, playing together. He's been able to be on every night, and so am I. We get together on TeamSpeak server, and we're able to kind of just hash out different ideas and things. So I really invite you to go check out his channel, see the things he's doing. He also has a couple other series that he's working on that are pretty interesting, in fact. Okay. Come on, dude. Please. Get out of the way. Please. I don't want to let go of forward. Ah, good. Thank you, guy. So right up here, there's actually a little stopping point, and I need to figure out something. Maybe I could put string down or something. But anyway, you see this portal that's coming up in the distance. This is actually the portal that will take us to the old mountain area that you may remember I found kind of in a cove of mountains, and I ended up making a portal out of using buckets of water and lava. So that is just there as a good reference landmark. So we're just going to get back on the cart and keep going. But, you know, like I said, one thing kind of leads to another. So, you know, we've been playing here, and really the reason why we have glass on the tracks is, you know, it was Carl's idea. You know, it really gets annoying with the pigments. And so before we even built this track, I also went, or he went, and I went both at different times, and we laid glass all through the tunnel that goes out to the Wither Farm area. So now you can totally travel through that tunnel without interruption whatsoever. And I'm going to show you something in that too, just for your own information, and show you kind of some of the process we went through to troubleshoot the spawning of pigmen and find out that they still do indeed spawn on tracks, which fix your game, Mojang. I really thought that was a thing that was a thing of the past, but maybe it's just mobs can't cross tracks now. I don't remember. But hey, as we start to come up to this area, you're going to start to see this tunnel and the shape that it's taking. It's going to have an ice theme. And I don't know if we'll get a good shot of it, but it is quite the complex design. Here's some of the floor that's already being laid out. And we're going to travel through it. I'll see if I can find a little distant shot, but yeah. So this is the design of the tunnel that's going to be going, I don't know what, 3,000 blocks that we just traveled. So should be nothing but a good time and a lot of work over a long period. Did I pick up the cart? All right. So you're also going to see beacons. Now, again, one thing leads to another, but we'll get to that in just a second. First, let me show you real quick over in the tunnel that goes... I think pigmen push this thing. I see it in different places all the time. Silly guys. Why are you always derping around and trolling? Stay up there. Alright, so check this out. Pigmen were spawning in this tunnel. And I thought, okay, they can't spawn on stairs. They shouldn't spawn on tracks. The only other solution, or the only other explanation, was these pieces right here, these stone bricks. And I thought, okay, well, maybe they're spawning on those parts, and then they're just wandering all over the place. So I went through and I put all the carpet down that you can see. And sure enough, one time I was walking through the tunnel, and bam, I saw them spawn right in front of me on the tracks. So I know that they're still spawning on tracks, which is really unfortunate. I really didn't want to put this glass in the way because I'd like to kind of keep this tunnel open and available for horses. But truth of the matter is, we're not going to be using horses to get where we need to go anytime soon. So that is all good. And I've been using this tunnel quite a bit to go and do branch mining over at the big branch mine out near Creepahugga and Zendercraft's base, simply because I need lots of cobblestone. I could give a kid. I honestly have found like 0 resources as far as shiny stuff, but I just needed tons and tons of cobblestone, and that's why there's a minecart or chest in here, because I've been transporting it back on this track to help with the builds that we've been working on. So let me... Yep, I see the beacons, and we'll get to that. So, let me go over here, and I think there's an opening. Yeah, there's still an opening right here in the wall. Excuse me, sir. I'm glad you guys aren't mad. That's terrific. Okay, so this is the tunnel design. It's a 15-block design spanning from that point right there, where the black glass and the ice and the fence pieces are over it. This is the center span, and then there's the 15th block. So it's a 15 block span, repetitive pattern over and over and over, using a combination of mossy cobblestone fence and regular fence, different slabs, white glass, ice. Yeah, so looks pretty cool. I'm really indigging. I'm enjoying and digging. I'm indigging it. So let's see if we can get a little bit closer. Put out these guys because I don't want you to be lagging anything. Okay. So yeah, that's the design. And just enough shelter with the glass panes to get shelter from gassed line of sight through those open areas. So that is going to be quite the long project, but it's one of those things, you know, when you got time, you're bored, you just put on some good tunes, some good music, and you work away at it. So maybe something to kind of get Ajax involved in sometime soon or later or whatever. So, next order of business. Now, beacons. So we randomly get beacon effects from time to time in the Nether Hub, and really it's because of the overworld. So there's stuff in the overworld that there's beacons randomly all over the place, and every once in a while you catch a weird random effect. And I wanted to just be done with it. I wanted to get some effects going on in this beacon, or in this Nether Hub. So, there's really no logical place to put these beacons except way down under the lava. And so, I literally took a fire potion, punched a hole right here, dropped straight down, dug underground under the lava lake, and then put 4 beacons, full beacons. So they are complete full pyramids. And you will see that we have strength 2, resistance 2, regen, and speed. And I think those are probably the only effects that we really need in this area, so we don't go blasting bricks or jumping all awkwardly high. So that is working out fine and dandy. Really, really liking it. And the reason why they're in the position that they are is very, very particular. And it's just amazing how symmetry kind of works its way out sometimes. But this design was natural. It's always been here. It used to be a piece of glowstone there. And it just so happens that it punches all the way up through some glass. Now, another thing that I've learned this week is that you no longer have to have a hole through the bedrock to get beacons to work in the Nether. And I did not know that. So that was really cool to find out that you can now make beacons in the Nether as long as they touch bedrock. So we did indeed have to go up into our ceiling area and punch out some of the netherrack that was hiding above pieces of bedrock. And eventually, once this gets a clear shot to bedrock with nothing else in the way, it gives us a beacon. And the beacon goes through the bedrock, which is going to lead us to the next thing. And you're probably thinking, holy crap, guy, you've only been gone 1 week. Man, don't you have a life? Hence the title of this video, right? I told you I've had so much time on my hands, but this is nothing. This is all child's play. I will show you just how much time I've had on my hands. So, first I'll show you the beacon areas up here. So, like, if we go through this, you guys know that this area leads us up to the top, up to the roof. And it's so nice now having the speed buff because you could just cruise up these stairs so fast. And up until this week, there was a wall here. It stopped. You came out in this mezzanine and you could look out over the... now, see, look, I talked about that lamp idea of them hanging randomly from spots up there. Still going to do that. I think it's going to look really sweet. So, anyway, the beacons make their way up to here, and all I had to do is, in some places, is move a little bit of this nether brick slabs and some netherrack, and they punched all the way up through. So, I'm telling you, absolute providence that it can make it through glass, and it makes it through a perfect hole in our fence. Just hooray for symmetry. So, very happy with that. So, you may remember, now, here's the important thing. This has been an idea that I've wanted to have for a very, very long time. And, I've always wanted to put beacons in the Nether Hub. And I never really kind of got around to it. And I'll tell you what, I first started by going up on top of the Nether through the hole that we've made before and start punching holes through the nether, through the bedrock. But guess what? We on Realms are in 1.8.4. And in 1.8.4, that bug has been fixed. You can no longer use dark oak to punch holes through the bedrock. So, thank goodness that... Whoa. All right, don't want to fall. But thank goodness that Carl told me that beacon lights do indeed go through bedrock, and boy oh boy, that was a good thing. So, with those lights going through, and the fact that Carl's been playing on the server, you know, he's a great player, man. It's a lot of fun to play with him. And like I said, we have been dying a lot. We have had so many deaths on this server this last week. And here in Plutonium, being on UHC mode, there's only one way to get your health back, is one through beacons, right? And so we've been trying to put beacons everywhere we can. We increased our ability to get iron out of the iron golem farm, and we have an automated way to kill withers so that we can get as many beacons as possible and have regeneration going on pretty much all the major places that we are. But the only other way to get it is through eating golden apples and other gold related items. And so he said, hey guy, I need gold. We need gold. Plutonium needs a gold farm. And I said, you are absolutely correct, sir. We need a gold farm. And of course, the only place to put it is on top of the nether. So I said, you know what? I've got a hole right around the corner. I dug this stairway, and it just so happened that I made such a gigantic hole through the nether that you could just, it worked out to just walk straight through. And here we are on top of the nether. Yep, interesting floor design. But let me show you this. Oh my goodness. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. It is crazy huge build. So far, this build is about 120 blocks tall. And you can see the pillars are very intricate, using a bunch of different types of stone, slabs, fences, fence gates, all kinds of things. I think the colors just all came together and really just been motivated. I've used a lot of gold in this build, and it has been an incredible journey. So look at this. As I start to go up this ladder, we kind of get a view of the floor design. Again, just a random design that I worked out one day. I think it looks really sweet. And I put trees around the outer edge. You'll see the torches, and you'll see all the big trees in planters going around the outside. And I did that just to give a really good organic feel to this area. Having the trees on the outside kind of make everything at all kinds of weird heights and angles and all that good stuff, and it just adds that green into the build that gives it a nice organic feel, along with the symmetry of the pattern and then the big towers. So, but we are not done. We have some work to do, and this thing's not making gold yet. No. This is just the foundation for this gold farm build. Oh yes. So, I'll tell you what, I'm going to keep climbing to the top, and I'll show you what's next and what's in store. Oh. All right, so I'm about halfway up now with these huge, like, golden nuggets that are going on in the middle there. Let me switch my camera view real quick. All right. So about halfway up, and I put these rings, and we're going to be using the concept of the big 37 block donut with an empty space in the middle. So the concept where you get one pigman angry, and then the rest of them just kind of follow and chase you. Now you can see we've lost the floor because of the void, or the fog, I guess you could say. And this right here, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, ragazzi, is the build limit. This piece of glowstone is, okay, 255. So I got one more block on top of here, but I just wanted to leave it empty and in reserve. So there's one more thing I want to do before we do anything else, and I want to build one more of these rings together. And let me get, oh man, I am not normally an ender pearler. Perfect. All right, let me get some materials on the bar. But yeah, so we're going to keep on working on this design here. And let's see, I want that. I think that's enough to get us going. Okay, so we're going to keep working on this design here. And I want to tell you that the conclusion to this design, when we actually start building the donuts and the, whoop, come on. When we actually start building the donuts and the part that the zombie pigmen are going to be spawning on, and all the redstone involved in this build, we're going to be doing that over on Carl Heisen's channel. So give it a check and see what this. Whoop! Come on, guy. Definitely see what comes of it, and the gold that we end up producing as a result. Man, I feel like a first grader here. Come on. All right. So these here is kind of like the same. These here's just kind of like the same design that I have going on in the Nether hub with the suspension of the, I guess the cobblestone fence netting. So same kind of design, just having a, you know, something that looks like a chain that's suspending our rings. And again, these rings are just, you know, they're not functional. So by the way, okay, these pillars are 100% spawn proof. They are completely done in such a way that it does not allow spawns of any kind to occur anywhere on the pillar, which is very, very important because we want to definitely maximize our productivity of pigmans up in the farm. Oh, I already had fences on the bar. So what I'm doing first is I'm laying out these fences here, these stone fences. All right, and this is kind of just serving as the inner ring to the floating rings. 2, 3, 4. Now I'll tell you what, one trick that you'll see in a lot of my building is that I like to use cobblestone fences a lot. And I'll tell you the reason why is because they are a really good object for like rounding out a design. You can use it to, you can use the cobblestone fence against other blocks to help kind of hide some of the color, or even to help kind of bring some color out from a background. Especially when you have a formation like this, you see how it looks like almost like a round pillar, but then it's kind of halfway hiding colors that are behind there. So yeah, I think cobblestone fence is probably one of my favorite blocks for really like detailed, intricate building, and I recommend trying to incorporate it in your builds as best as you can. So I'm just going to keep working this ring around like this. And let's see, 3, then 2, whoop, whoop. 2, and then 1 and 1. Riveting footage. I don't want to commentate every brick placement I have here, but bear with me until I get back around to where I started. And if I've done this enough that I should definitely end up right where I started, but if I don't, that will be very embarrassing. All right, perfect. So that is what I'm doing now. I can only do so much up here, and I have to actually finish. You'll see that in each layer there's a glowstone. Now what you may have not seen, okay, so you have the cobblestone slabs on top. All right. Let's see, glowstone. Okay, good. So what I'm doing is I'm putting a piece of glowstone like this. All right, a couple slabs like that, and then this like that. Now, I'm also putting cobblestone slabs on the underside, just so it looks like it's kind of pinched in there. And there's really no efficient way to get that done unless I'm going to the level below, and then I have to pillar up and just kind of make a square and fill it all in from the underside. So yeah, but it's been working out just fine for me, no problem. So I'll tell you what, ragazzi, I'm going to go ahead and finish this ring right here, and then I will meet you right there on top of that pillar. Ciao, ciao. All right, perfect. Nice shot. So, amici, we're going to keep setting the conditions of this gold farm. There's one last, you can see, okay, by the way, I got the ring done. All right, looks pretty nice, pretty fine, good to go. No problems with that. But like I said, we're setting the conditions for this gold farm to be productive. And another thing, right? So the beacons, we talked about the beacons. Well, let me switch off of these before I throw one on accident and end up somewhere. So the beacons, we switched them again to yellow light, and that way it's really kind of indicative of the gold farm, right? There's a yellow glow through the tower. We got the gold encrusted into the towers. So the last thing we're going to do, and we're incorporating the design with the 3 different donut platforms where you make one pigman angry, and then all of a sudden they all just run and fall to their doom, okay? That's the farm that we're going with on this design. So, but we're not going to be completing that whole thing in this video, no siree. We're going to set the conditions, like I said, and we're going to wait for the time when we can get together with Mr. Carl Heisen to finish the farm. Now, I don't want this. Yeah, I guess the beacon's okay right there. It's not going to be too in the face. But I've been working on a design here to kind of be a support for the 3 different, or I'm sorry, yeah, the 3 donuts, the 3 rings. And I think it's a pretty sweet design. Let's see, let's put a piece of yellow right there. Okay. So worked it out, like I said, in creative. I kind of talked about it before, is anytime you're working, especially with a really complex design, it really is helpful to kind of work it out in creative. There's just a way that you get so much more perspective over what you're doing, and it really allows you kind of to come back and forth, move back and forth, and just kind of see things from all different angles, because it's very, very easy to get I guess to use a word like micro focused when you're like, okay, well, donated, when you're all up in something. So when you're hot and heavy in the middle of a build, it's really easy to get kind of micro focused on what's going on, because you're concentrating so much on exactly where you're at. Now, let's see, I want to put that there and that there. So I've already kind of worked this design out, and I think it's pretty sweet. Let's see here. Got the stairs here. And then, let's see here, like this. That might not be helpful. Whoa, 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 shoot. Kind of blew that thing away. Are you supposed to be there? I think you are. Yeah. All right, let's put, I'm trying to see on my thing. Talking all about this. Yeah. Okay, there needs to be. Unfortunately, like a goof, I didn't take a picture of the backside, which is definitely not helpful. All right. And let's see. We're going to come out. Let's see, right. No. Here. Yeah. Right there and there. So Germany was really, really sweet. I had a really good time. I got a chance to do some, I don't want to say it's extreme sporting, because I definitely didn't do anything super extreme. But I definitely took advantage of the hills, the mountains, everything that the countryside had to offer. And if you do follow me on Twitter by chance, you'll definitely see some pictures that I sent out. I think just recently I sent out some pictures of when I was actually getting ready to leave and taking off from my trip. But I also sent out, oh, that's weird. I also sent out a picture earlier in the week. Oh, that's not going to work. Of a day that I spent at a lake. It was the Lake Eisby. Iceby, I think that's the correct pronunciation. And it's right near the Zugspitze mountain, which is the tallest mountain in Germany. Now, I am doing this backwards. Oh, gosh. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. This is more difficult. It's it's so much more difficult to, like, talk and build than it is just to build. Oh, my gosh. Okay, now, from here, I need to come out like that. There we go. There we go. Now we're cooking with gas. And then we're going to have another block on top of those. Not chiseled. Not chiseled. And like this. And then I think... Yeah. Okay. Then we got a block. Let's see. Half. Yeah. Like this. Like that. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Now we're moving. We got some, chiseled. And then 1, 2, 1, 2. Some chiseled. And then 1, 2, 1, 2. And then we're going to put a block here. Here. Let's put a half. Another block and another half. Perfect. All right. Now, can I get down here without perishing? Yes. Oh, gosh. Shifting on stairs is like, it's so like scary because it's not a guaranteed safety. Okay, there we go. So, I know, again, I'm all up in the weeds here. Let's see if I can ender pearl away and you can kind of get an idea of... Well, you know what? Let's kind of work it out here. No. Let's go look at it from a distance. Let's see if I can... Oh, there we go. It's kind of like a claw, not like a claw, but more like a spire or a hook. Nope, short. Oh, boss! Man, I tell you what, I suck at pearls, but that was great. That was a confidence booster right there for me. I actually saw a game on the Hermitcraft server that got me kind of motivated, and it has to do with ender pearls. They have a game. I don't know if anybody follows Hermitcraft, but they have a game called the Ender Games, and it's an ender pearl based throwing game where it's almost like a... I don't know. Have you ever played? I don't know if you've ever played frisbee golf, where you have to, it's basically like, well, I don't know, I guess it's like playing golf where, you're going from hole to hole, objective to objective, but you're throwing a frisbee and eventually you have to end in a basket. So it's a lot like that, and I think it looks really sweet. I need an expendable block. Perfect. Thanks for volunteering. Like this. Is that too good? Is that too close? Let me think here. I almost feel like it's too close, but I think it'll be fine. So, the actual size of our platform is going to be pretty large. Again, it's got a 37 block radius. Yeah, 37 block radius. That's how big the platform, each donut platform, has got to be for this pigman farm. So it's going to be pretty robust and pretty awesome. Now, I'm trying to make it look like these are kind of suspended. And we'll do that by attaching them to the pillar like that. And then we want to leave enough spawning space here. So the next one's going to be right... Let's see here. You know what? I wanted this to be one higher. Alright, let me get these in place and I'll show you right when I'm done. Okay, ragazzi, I've got it done. And we're going to go look at it and see our perspective. Carl just logged in, so he's running around somewhere. I think he's actually starting to work on his episode for this weekend. So, again, check it out. And sooner or later, we'll be getting together to finish this project. And like I said, stay tuned for that. Should have some good things. One of the things I didn't talk about that I want to incorporate is I want to incorporate one of Slipgator's wool evaders to get us all the way up to this platform here. But that's what it looks like from this view. Let's head over and check it out from the side. See if I can still hold my title as Ender Pearl Master. Yes! And ta-da! Oh yes. So, again, it doesn't look like much, but imagine this hook kind of arm is protruding through each one of the platforms. And the platforms are going to be as big as the boundary was down there where the big torches were. And we'll check that out as we leave. But, so this will be kind of protruding through. These things will be gigantic going all the way around. And these are the major support pillars for it. So, really excited about how this is turning out. I think it's really sweet. I might incorporate some light somehow up there. Just so that the build doesn't get lost in the darkness of the nether. But, ragazzi, that's going to be all the time we have for today. Let's see if I can do this. Pro. Alright. That's going to be all the time we have for today, ragazzi. Thank you for joining me. I'm going to talk to you later. I swear, I do have a life. I do enjoy living. But when I'm away from my family, I really don't want to go out and do much but sit here and just build my brains out and just let the juices flow. So, I hope you enjoyed this build. It's really coming along. We're really excited about getting it done. So for now, buona giornata e ciao tutti. Bye-bye.